Guys, do not start summoning for All Might just yet, because there have been some data mines for the next banner that happens in just 3 days. So if you're free to play, you need to watch this. Of course, we have the All Might and the best genus, which we've already looked at, Gran Torino. But now, as you can see, we have a new UI right here, and that is the Todoroki. Also, we're going to go into the details of the free-to-play All-for-One, which I haven't gone into details of their units. Now, I will go through the units of the All Might, Best Genus, and the Gran Torino in my next video, which is coming out in like a few hours. It's my summoning video. But I just wanted to make this a quick video because you guys, need to decide whether or not you want to summon for this Todoroki here, and I'll give you my thoughts and everything like that. So let's first off look at the Todoroki. All right, this is the World Heroes Assemble. It is going to be a limited unit. It's going to be an Impact Fest unit if that's going to decide on if that's going to influence you on your summon choice. This is a drop rate by 1.5x to pull any URs. So that's going to be really good. There's also seems to be a select recruit for Climax Battle. So there's going to be a lot of banners that comes out, which my wallet is not ready for at all. But yeah, anyway, this unit here, he has 600% damage to a single opponent. Skill impact is increased by 40% when landing a critical hit. Decreases the opponent's defense by 30% for 3 turns. Also reduces character's action skill cooldown by 2. So this plus ultra is really good. It, of course, gives you that lowered cooldown, lowering defense, and of course, if you get that critical hit, it's going to do way more damage. For the action skill 1, it deals 350% damage to a single opponent. High chance, 70% of giving Frostbite, which is very good, especially for PvP, to the opponent for 3 turns. Increases critical rate of all allies by 20% for 3 turns when used in a skill chain, and gives all allies a barrier that nullifies 1 hit when used in a second or later skill chain with a 6-turn cooldown, combined with the cooldown reduction. That's a 4-turn cooldown skill. And this is not bad. Very, very decent. For VE Tower, gives you that Frostbite, critical rate increase, and of course, Frostbite does help you out in winning in PvP matches. Now, Action Skill 2 deals 225% damage to all opponents with a medium chance of freezing, 40%, which is nice. Also decreases the opponent's speed by 20% for 3 turns when used in a successful executed skill chain. So that is also nice because this is a debuff to all of the enemies. So if you're doing this in PvP, that's 20% on all of the enemies, which is really, really good. Now, of course, freeze doesn't work too well unless you are first, which could be an issue for this character. Because before we even look at the auto skills, his max speed is 524, and just spoiler alert, he doesn't get any speed from his auto skills. So he's not the fastest character in the world, which means your 2 other characters do have to carry in terms of the speed. His power, though, is the second best, just under Bakugo, and then his HP is really good as well, 35,000. Now, for the auto skill, it increases critical rate of all allies by 30% when the character has barrier. Gives character a barrier that nullifies 2 hits after receiving 3 attacks from an opponent whose speed is decreased up to 3 times. Multi-hits do count as 1 attack only. And then his second auto skill, every time a critical hit is made, increases critical rate of all allies by 5% for 10 turns. And then increases characters plus ultra gauge by 10%. So which is that. As you can see, I feel like this is a VE Tower character. So if you really do care about VE Tower, I would say I would go for him. I'm going to go for him regardless because, 1.5x is just good enough of a reason for me to go for into the banner. Because it's just, you get so much more UIs, and you can definitely tell, I've already summoned for All Might, and I could already tell. Anyway, yeah, he has a lot of technical hits. He's got status elements in there, and the crit rate increases is just really, really good, especially, he can get the barrier easy and stuff like that. So I would only go, I would shoot for him, chase for him if you are a big VE Tower player. In terms of PvP, he can be used, but I wouldn't say he's going to be meta at all compared to, the Bakugo or the Deku, for sure. Anyway, let's go into All-for-One's details really quickly as well. This is a free-to-play character, so once the Climax Battle is out, you'll be able to get this guy. I believe you have to defeat the SS difficulty or something like that. So, yeah. Let's jump into it. His plus ultra cancels all temporary buffs of a single opponent, so just like the yellow All Might. Deals 600% damage to the opponent and decreases the opponent's defense by 20%. It's not bad. Plus ultra is not going to be the strongest, but it is very useful and technical. And then action skill 1 cancels 2 temporary buffs to a single opponent, deals 325% damage to the opponent. Very simple action skill with a 3-turn cooldown, can be very useful for sure. And then for his action skill 2, regenerates HP by 10% for 3 turns. If max HP is increased, increases characters plus ultra gauge by 30%. When speed is increased, also increases characters action skill impact of all allies by 15% for 3 turns when power is increased. So there are some restrictions on this. You need max HP, you need speed increase, and power increase, which you can all obviously get with EX skills, and that will help out this action skill. But if you don't have any of this skill actually does nothing, which is pretty funny to me. For his stats though, do keep in mind he is the slowest, I think, UR character in the game, 500. But he has the best power stat of all units. For a free-to-play character, that's awesome. And then the HP is very mid. It's just normal, 32,000. Auto skill 1 decreases power of all pro hero characters by 20%. Also reduces the character's action skill cooldown of all allies, excluding character by 1 every 2 turns up to 3 times, which is kind of nice. This helps out in VE Tower. I think I don't even think he can be a PvP character, but I think you have to wait for more villains buffs, because villains is still not in a good place even after this guy's release. I think because you're acting on the slower end, you need like a really good villain tank. Anyway, his auto skill 2 is a really nice skill impact of all villain type characters. So villains eating good with this one in terms of normal events. VE Tower, he could be useful for the cooldown reductions. He doesn't have much technical hits, however, which means you do have to like somehow, give him a memory that gives him technical hits. And then PvP is just really slow at the moment. It doesn't really fit in the current meta teams. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's going to be a new memory for the for the Heroes Assemble Todoroki. I think they're going to release, my guess is, the old memory that was out with the anniversary Bakugo and Deku. So that's what I'm going to assume. Pretty hype, a lot of banners. If you are free to play, you got to pick wisely, because there's definitely, unless you are the luckiest man in the world, then yeah. Also, I should probably show you guys the animations for Todoroki and All For One. So here is Todoroki's here. This is his intro. And then this is his plus ultra here. Sorry, the screen is small. I just can't be bothered making it any bigger. But yeah, he's kind of cool. And that's his ending thing. Let's look at All For Ones here. So this is his, wow, he's Marcely. Oh, this is plus ultra. They don't get to show his intro. Pretty simple, but pretty menacing. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, it's all right. Wouldn't say it's the best ever. I don't even think the All Mights is that good either. It's like, okay. But it's not like, compared to the other All Mights, I feel like they're better. The colors are nice, but that's cool, but that's about it. Yeah, so these are all the arts and stuff like that in terms of the data mine. You'll be able to get UR orbs for the All Might, so he'll be completely free, which is very, very nice. But yeah, that's going to wrap up today's video. I'll have my summoning video out in a few hours, so make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on, like, comment, and all that good stuff. Check out my social medias, link in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay fishy. Peace out.